Hello, my friends. Today I want to share a story with you. It's not a story with dragons or castles, but it holds just as much magic. This story is a beautiful poem, a collection of words that feels like a warm hug for your heart. It was written a long time ago by a very wise man, but its message is as fresh and bright as a new morning. The man who wrote these wonderful words was named Khalil Gibran. He was born in a country called Lebanon. From a young age, Khalil was a dreamer and an artist. He loved to draw, he loved to paint, most of all, he loved to write. His most famous is a small book of big ideas called The Prophet. Before he goes, the people gather around and ask him questions. It answers a woman who asks him to speak about her children. Gibran's writing is like music. He uses images from nature, bows and arrows, trees, seeds. He believed we are all connected and that love is the most powerful force in the universe. His words have traveled the world, translated into many languages, bringing comfort and inspiration to millions. He was a storyteller of the heart. Though he lived long ago, his words feel made for us today. That is timeless. They do not fade. They continue to shine, lighting our path. Gibran gave us a gift with his poetry, and the people we love. He reminds us to be gentle, to be loving, and to look for beauty in each other and the world. Let's gently unwrap the poem's meaning stanza by stanza, as if we were opening a precious gift. The poem begins when a woman asks the prophet to speak about children. His first words are surprising. He says, "Your children are not your children." This doesn't mean you don't love them or care for them. It means they are not your property, like a toy or a book. They come through you, but not from you. They are a gift from life itself, belonging to a future you may not be able to see. Imagine a small garden. You can give a little seed, water, sunlight, good soil, but you cannot tell it whether to grow into a daisy or a sunflower. It already knows what it is meant to be. It says, "You are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth." Think about an archer. The archer doesn't fly with the arrow. The archer's job is to be strong, steady, to aim carefully, to pull back the string with love and purpose. When the archer lets go, the arrow flies far and true on its own path. Parents are the bow. The strength and love you give helps your children soar. The joy is not in holding the arrow, but in watching it fly. The poem speaks of bending. Parenting can feel hard. It stretches you. It asks you to be more patient, more understanding, more loving. This bending gives the arrow its power. Bend with love and grace, and the child will go farther and faster. Don't keep the arrow forever. Our greatest success is watching it soar. Khalil Gibran gives us another profound idea to think about. Our children belong to the future. He writes, "Their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams." What does this mean? Well, it means that every child is born into a world that will be different from the one their parents grew up in. They will face new challenges, discover new technologies, create new ways of living. We as parents can prepare them for the journey, but we cannot know exactly what their world will look like. And imagine you are packing a suitcase for a friend who is going on a trip to a mysterious undiscovered land. You don't have a map of this land. You don't know if it will be hot or cold, or what language the people people speak. So what do you pack? Instead, you pack useful tools, a compass, a sturdy pair of shoes, a book for learning, and a heart full of courage. You give them skills, not specific instructions. This is what parenting is like. We give our children the tools they will need for their journey into the house of tomorrow. These tools are not things you can buy in a store. They are tools like kindness, curiosity, resilience, and a love of learning. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. And you hand your child a blank canvas and a set of paints. If instead you step back and say, "I can't wait to see what you create," you might get a purple tree with orange leaves, or a tree that reaches all the way to the moon. You allow for a creation that is new, surprising, and uniquely theirs. Giving love without imposing thoughts means creating a safe space for curiosity. It means answering their questions with more questions. When a child asks, "Why is the sky blue?" you could ask, That's a great question. What do you think? This encourages them to think for themselves, to explore ideas, and to become confident in their own ability to reason and to dream. But their thoughts are the seeds that will grow into the unique flowers of their own choosing. And the final message woven through the poem is about the beautiful act of letting go. From the moment a child is born, our instinct is to hold them close, protect them, keep them safe. Think of a person who raises butterflies. They start with a tiny caterpillar, feeding the caterpillar, protecting it inside a safe enclosure. They watch it transform into a beautiful chrysalis. And then one day, a magnificent butterfly emerges. The person's job is not finished until they open the enclosure and let the butterfly fly free. In our busy modern world, Khalil Gibran's poem feels more important than ever. We live in a time of high expectations and constant pressure. Children can feel like they are constantly being measured and tested. There is so much pressure to be perfect. This is why these words still sing to us. The poem is a gentle whisper in the middle of all that noise. It tells us to slow down. For children and young people today, this poem is a message of empowerment. Thoughts are valid, dreams are important. Path is their own to choose. In a world that often tries to put them in a box, Gibran's words tell them they are meant to be free. It's okay to be different, to think differently from your parents or your friends, to follow the calling of your own heart. So what have we learned from our journey with Khalil Gibran? We have learned that love is not about possession, but about liberation. This poem is like a rainbow. It has many different colors and layers of meaning. Everyone who sees it can find their own special beauty in it. The most hopeful message on children is that every child is an arrow full of promise. Each one is aimed at a unique and important target. Some arrows will fly far and fast, becoming leaders and innovators. Others will fly with quiet grace, bringing kindness and beauty to their corner of the world. So let's carry these words in our hearts. Let's try to be strong and loving, bows for the children in our lives. Let's honor their souls, which dwell in the house of tomorrow. And let's celebrate the beautiful, unstoppable force of life that flows through us and into the next generation. Because when we do that, we are not just raising children, more hopeful world for everyone.